Okay, Claire, if you could just start by explaining a bit about Chillipeeps, please.
Chillipeeps started 3 years ago. I'd had a baby. I was set off to a party with my husband, and I couldn't remember if I put a clean sterilised bottle in the car. So asking my husband to climb over the back to check whilst I was ranting, why hasn't anyone invented anything that directly attached to a carton? Baby formula today comes in cartons, it's ready-made, ready to use, and I had one of those in the car. As it happened, we did have a clean sterilised bottle in the car, went to the party, came out of the party, and I just said I can't stop thinking about it. Went home that night, looked in all the baby catalogues, and we did a bit of research on the internet, couldn't find anything. No one had tackled the carton, so we wrote reams and reams that night, coming up with the idea, discussing where we believed it could go. And I contacted Peter Jones of the Dragon's Den that evening through the internet, got an automated email response back straight away, and it said, thank you for your inquiry. If you've patented your product, please complete the form. If you haven't, you need to patent. This is how you patent. And the next morning, contacted the patent office and got my free half-hour session, and to go along to that, went along to that, and the patent attorney just got it. He had 3 young kids, and it was a very exciting 2-hour meeting, and I came out of there saying it was a goer. And from there I needed a company name, and Chillipeeps was the name that we chose.
Okay. I mean, a lot of people will think, oh, there's a problem with something, and have an idea. I mean, what was the motivation to actually come up with it? Have you got any business experience or a kind of entrepreneurial background?
No, not really. I don't know what made me come up with it after we came back out of the party that night, and I just said I can't stop thinking about it. Why I didn't forget about it, I'm not sure, because normally you come up with a problem when the solution's there, which it was. We had the clean bottle, that's the end of it. You just forget about it and move on with your life. But for some reason that night I questioned it again once we got back in the car, and I don't know why I went home that night, and I've asked myself that question many times, but for some reason the journey started on that night again. I just don't know why. I don't know how we did it or why we're doing it, but we are.
Can you talk about some of the things that maybe you ran into that were problematic?
Well, funding first of all was one of the biggest ones. We self-funded it, or we have self-funded the whole project, but we self-funded it right from the beginning on credit cards. 0%, thought we'd be in the shops in 6 months, had no idea that most of the baby products that I'm aware of have taken 6.5 years to get to market. Never mind 6 months. So funding has been a huge issue because we funded it all ourselves. People, aren't interested in pre-trading startup companies to help funding. But when we went for, after we'd got the concept prototypes, we went for tooling costs. It was in the hundreds of thousands that we required, and so it sent us looking for funding mid-credit crunch, just pre-budget, which was an awful time, but actually every step of the way, I don't believe there's anything that we haven't done that we shouldn't have done. I think everything has made us a better product and a better company as we stand today. Our product's simpler, it's going to cost less to manufacture, it's going to be cheaper to sell, and that's exactly what the market needs. So the journey, although it seems a learning curve, a huge learning curve we've been on, it is product development as such, and although you start with one idea, there's lots of things that we've learned, like keep your product simple, it's cheaper to manufacture and to sell, which is what's required. So
absolutely,
yeah, funding's one of the biggest ones, I think.
Okay, and what point are you at the moment?
We've got our final prototype, which is at the Standards House. We're aiming to launch at the end of March at the Harrogate Nursery Fair, and we're trying to bring out a range of products around our original teat idea, because we've won awards on the teat, so we're known globally as the name of Chillipeeps. But what we're trying to do is wow them when we actually launch with some other very clever products which aren't as expensive as our original teat, but that we can bring out at the same time, so that the industry says, wow, she's done it again. So we're trying to be, we're just busy very, very hard working towards the last push to get ourselves finished manufacturing and get ready for the launch in March.